What is going on, everybody? What is up? Happy Tuesday to you all. We are now live here with another live edition of the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. What is going on, everyone? It is Tuesday, July the 1st, 2025. July is finally here. I can't believe it. Can't complain. June was a good month. Hopefully, July is another good month too. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world of wrestling happening literally in the next couple of days, a week or so. But nevertheless, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media and all that fun stuff here. Only in wrestling can you go from Pink Balor, Pin Balor, I'm sure you're referring to, Weston, to Champ Balor. Yeah, man. It's crazy, right? It's crazy how things just end up for the Judgment Day. But look, I'm going to make this real quick because I do have to make dinner for myself. And I have a steak waiting for me that I still got to prepare. So try to make this quick, but not like, hey, 10 minutes and we're out of here. No. Make this at least, if we can get this done under an hour, like if we can get this done in like 50 minutes or so, that would be great. All right. But if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Also, just so you guys know, we're also live as we speak over on Kick streaming. So if you have a Kick account, feel free to follow us there too. Link is in the bio, and we're also live over on Twitch as well. For those of you out there that are wondering, we're live there too. Beef tips are good too. I'm more of a steak guy, brother. Beef tips aren't bad either, though. But I'm more of a steak guy. So I'll tell you guys what. If you have me on Instagram, I will post in my story what I'm making and stuff like that. And there you go. But this is your Monday Night Raw recap from last night, the June 30th edition of Monday Night Raw. Raw was live last night, I believe, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If I get this right, I think it was live from Pittsburgh. Some people will call it Britsburg, but it is what it is, right? But overall, I thought Raw, again, this was the go home show, right? This was the go home show. My bad. This was the post. I'm sorry, go home. What the fuck is wrong with me? This was the post Night of Champions edition of Raw. And to my understanding, they also taped SmackDown, which again I didn't watch yet. I didn't read any of the spoilers. So yeah, I know they taped SmackDown too, which is cool because I'm pretty sure they want their talent to be celebrating the 4th of July and all that stuff as well. But I thought overall, Raw as a whole, I know Cage Match is giving the show, they gave it an 8.16, which is like a B if we're grading this. I thought it was a solid show for the most part. I thought it was a very, very solid show. I think also factor in that the show went live at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to just say this, WWE, please, oh, please, give us more of this. Earlier shows, the better. Earlier shows, the better. Because then, once Raw ended, I decided I started to watch Manchester City versus Al Hilal in the Club World Cup. Man City didn't win. What a shame. But in good news, though, my Real Madrid won today. They beat Juventus 1-0, and now they advance now to the next round in the Club World Cup. But that's no here or there. But again, cool that they did that last week. Well, my bad, yesterday. What the fuck is wrong with me? But please, yeah, WWE, more of this. I would love for Raw to be live every Monday at 6 p.m. I would love that. I totally would. That by doing so, meaning I would have to do Steve's Kitchen on an earlier time, which, by the way, if you have not checked out Steve's Kitchen on this past, literally yesterday, myself, basically, it was only me. I gave my thoughts on everything that happened at Night of Champions, and I also gave my thoughts on Ilya Tupuria becoming the new UFC lightweight champion by defeating Charles do Bronx Oliveira at UFC 317. And I also gave my thoughts on other stuff too. So if you've not checked that out, go give it a watch whenever you get a chance later on here on the channel. But obviously, this is the Raw rundown. There you go with that as well. I would be down for a 5 p.m. Central Time Raw, Raw time. Just just threw just threw me off at first, and they missed the first. Like, oh my goodness, I would be down for a 5 p.m. Central Time Raw. I forgot you live on a Central Time. Um, Raw time Raw. Just threw me off at first. I missed the first like 10 minutes of Raw. Yeah, it happens, bro. I think a lot of people were like, they might have forgot about it. Like I remember because like okay, early Raw, say less. Also factor in I had to work around it because I did Steve's Kitchen. I think it was around 4:30. So there was that. Again, I thought Raw as a whole solid show for the most part. And I don't know if you guys can tell this or not, but WWE yesterday decided to speed up the process in building up towards Evolution, pretty much Evolution coming up in a couple of weeks. I believe on July 13th is Evolution, the night after All In, and obviously Saturday night's main event. A lot of stuff that they're doing. It just feels very, very just put it together, if you will. Just put it together. It's fine. People will watch. I know there's a lot of people who are not happy with the build towards Evolution. It just feels like I just mentioned just a couple seconds ago. It feels very just let's just pace this together. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Fine. Bam. We'll have a battle royal. We're gonna have this title match. We're gonna have four-way tag team match for the women's tag title, just to get everybody as much as we can on the show. That's what it feels like. And I know a lot of people are not happy with it. I get it. I totally understand. But I would look, I know there's a lot of people out there who just love all this content that WWE is putting out there, which is cool. But can we just breathe a little bit? Just breathe a little bit. I'm just saying, just breathe a little bit, you know? But the show, let's get into Monday Night Raw. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you like about Raw last night? What did you not like? And all that fun stuff. Chime in with your thoughts. And if you guys feel generous, it does help out the channel. Want to leave a super chat? Hit the $ that you see next to the chat. It will be appreciated and all that fun stuff as well. So the show opened up again with a little video package of what happened at Night of Champions and all that stuff. And the show kicked off with Rhea Ripley. She kicks off the show, and next thing you know, she gets interrupted by Io Sky, which Io Sky told Rhea Ripley that she cannot be on top. That being, again, Rhea Ripley loves to say all the time that, mommy's on top, right? She loves saying that mommy's on top, but she can't be on top without the title before saying she was going to pick her opponent, basically, right? For Evolution, she went on to say that she would pick Rhea Ripley. And then Rhea Ripley accepted the challenge, and they had a little stare off. But yeah, man, it is official at Evolution. It will be Io Sky defending the women's world championship against Rhea Ripley. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. Look, they've had matches before, right? So I expect them to go out there and kill it. That being said, it's like you have Io Sky coming out here issuing this challenge. It's like in her mind, even though when you think about it, right? Io Sky this year alone has multiple wins over Rhea Ripley. If you guys remember that Raw, I believe it was after Chamber, I think it was, or something like that, where Io Sky defeated Rhea Ripley to become the new women's world champion. If y'all remember that, right? And they had Bianca on commentary, and that started the whole Bianca had no business being there, and obviously cap it all off, Io Sky defeated both Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. So this idea that Io Sky wants to prove herself. That's what it seems like here. That's what it seems like. She's trying to prove herself. It's kind of silly. But again, they should have a good match. There's no doubt about it. My only concern is what are we doing with Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam? Because I could definitely see here in this match, I could definitely see, Io Sky retaining. I could see that happening, but nevertheless, I do feel like they'll have a fun match for the most part, but it just felt like, you know. So after this, we had Dominic Mysterio backstage, and AJ shows up, and Dominic basically says, "Hey, look, he's still hurt. He has a doctor's note. He has a doctor's note that basically also been, I guess." Authorized as well or approved by Adam Pearce. Yeah, it's a legit doctor's note. And it basically says that if AJ lays a finger on Dominic Mysterio, AJ will lose his opportunity to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. Funny enough, like Dominic brings out the note, he busts out the note, and he tells AJ to put on his reading glasses. And what does AJ do? Say no more, bro. Say less. Look at this. I'm busting out the reading glasses, as you can see. And he's looking at it. He calls Dominic a punk ass. And he said basically, he's going to beat him so badly that he'll need another doctor's note and stuff like that. But, again, I really do hope, I really do hope that if you're going to have them wrestle, don't let it be on a random episode of Raw. I get the feeling it will be. If you can milk this to like, I don't know, maybe SummerSlam, so be it. But I thought that was kind of like, haha, very funny. Very, very fucking funny for the most part. We went on to have the World Tag Team Championship match between Finn Balor and JD McDonough of the Judgment Day versus the New Day. Yeah, the Judgment Day and the New Day. Both teams, both groups ending in day. Alrighty. And I'll be honest, I thought it was a very, very fun match. Probably for a lot of people. And if I'm looking at this right now, surprisingly, this was not their match of the night, but it was a very good match. It went about 12 minutes, right? And again, it's two heels going at it, two heels, and you're like, okay, it felt like the Judgment Day were more of the baby face in this, which they kind of were by default because they were chanting for the Judgment Day, right? And they were chanting New Day sucks, right? And again, just a good back and forth, a lot of good near falls here, right? The New Day hit the midnight hour for a near fall, I believe it was, and just a crazy back and forth. And the big shocker here, not really, but still, is that the Judgment Day are the new WWE, I guess, yeah, they are the new the WWE World Tag Team Champions. It happened, right? And I know a lot of people are very, very upset with the way the New Day has been treated. And I'll be honest, it's been a bust. Like they had something there when they turned on Big E, and you were expecting, okay, I'm expecting this to go crazy, fireworks, right? The New Day. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. It's like they've dropped the ball. And this is not the New Day fault. It's creative's fault. They've dropped the ball with the New Day in this heel run. It's like, yo, you had them win the tag titles at WrestleMania. And again, I was there, right? For the most part during the match, again, I was there live, okay? Most people were leaving their seats, go to concessions. People were, with their hands folded. People just didn't care, And it's just one of those things where it's like, bro, what are we doing with the fucking New Day? It's sad. It's not something about Dynamite sad, but it is like sad, depressing. It's like, yo, what have we done? But for the New Day, hey, the Judgment Day, they are now once again the tag team champions. If you notice too, Dominic Mysterio is still the Intercontinental Champion, and Raquel Rodriguez is still the tag team champion now with, which we'll get into in a little bit. I'll just say it here, with Roxanne Perez. So the Judgment Day are just swimming in gold, yo. Swimming in fucking gold. If you notice, like the Judgment Day posted a picture on their social media of all of them with the belts. Obviously, Javier decided to tweak it up a little bit for the thumbnail, as you can see. Not bad. I will say Javier did a fantastic job with this one, I must say. So I know he'll listen to this later because I'm pretty sure he's teaching a class right now. Pero nice job, Javier. Nice job, cousin. Nice job. But yeah, man, they're all holding titles now. So pretty badass. Yo, look, I'm gonna tell my kids years from now, this is the NWO. It's Joe, bro. But after this, though, again, it was just one of those things where it's like, yeah, man, it sucks for the New Day. It does suck because they do deserve better. But it's, again, I guess congrats for the Judgment Day, right? But I must say this too, though, like Finn Balor, bro, he has a vision, and if you listen to it, you're gonna go places. So good on them for that. After this, we saw backstage Bailey and Lyra Valkyria arguing, right, back and forth because what happened. I guess this time, Lyra's upset that Bailey didn't like respond to any of her messages and stuff like that, and it's such child bullshit. It really, really is. And they're arguing back and forth, and then Adam Pearce, who yelled back, right? And he basically announced that they'll both have a match tonight. So there was that. We also saw a vignette for Bill Goldberg, a vignette ahead of his match with Gunther at Saturday night's main event, and they basically showed highlights of how much of a badass Bill Goldberg was back in the day in WCW, that undefeated streak, right? Beating Hulk Hogan in the Georgia Dome, going to WWE, winning the world title there, and all this other stuff, right? They were trying to showcase again. Y'all must forgot Bill Goldberg used to be that guy, right? That's what they were trying to show you with all this stuff here, right? And it's crazy because again, it's good though. It's good that you're showing people these highlights for those people out there who probably weren't even around. Like if you're one of these folks and you were born in 2003, chances are you did not go back and rewatch the WCW stuff on Peacock or the WWE network, right? You might have heard about Goldberg and WCW, but you never really went back and rewatched. And hopefully, by watching these highlights, it motivates you. I don't want to say motivate. It might give you, you know what, the curiosity. Let's put it that way. You know what? Let me go back and rewatch some of this Bill Goldberg stuff. And basically, it's him mollywhopping everybody in the early stages of his undefeated run, right? So you watch that, you're like, okay. But reality is, come Saturday night's main event, when that bell rings, it's like, oh man, it's gonna be basically como se dice, if I may, it basically it's gonna be
that risky
for sure, 100%, 100%. From there we got American Made, Chad Gable, Ivy Nile, Julius Creed, and Brutus Creed. They confirmed that Chad Gable has had shoulder surgery and he'll be out of action. It's a lot of people out with shoulder surgery, right? It's Liv Morgan, Chad Gable, and if you notice in the background of this, right, you see Ludwig Kaiser just chilling in the background. As again, Chad Gable wants everyone to hold it down while he's gone. Keep on that same focus. He wants Ivy Nile to get revenge on Stephanie Vaquer, right? And all that stuff. And obviously the Creeds felt they're going to feel lost without him. And then Pierce is like, hey, man, now that you're going to be gone, it's sure going to suck to see El Grande Americano not be around either. And Gable's like, but Grande Americano, he's a busy luchador, man. He's busy. But if you notice, Ludwig Kaiser was in the background of all this, listening. So many people have the speculation. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Right. But from there, we did get Rusev and Sheamus. I thought this was a very, very good match, bro. Two big guys going at it, beating the hell out of each other. The match went about, 20 minutes, right? Of just good back and forth. They referenced on commentary. By the way, it was Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Obviously, Corey Graves is from the Pittsburgh area, so it was cool, I guess, for him, being that it's his hometown. He's calling Monday Night Raw, not just calling the Tuesday show, but I'm sure for him, he's happy right now. So good for him, I guess. And again, Rusev and Sheamus, again, they referenced on commentary that these two guys have history together as part of the League of Nations. And look, there's a moment in the match where they're both on the outside, and I guess it was the fact that Sheamus hit the bro kick or whatever it was, and Rusev is just trying to get back into the ring, and the referee's counting, almost counts 10. My only like nitpick here is the fact that the crowd just didn't care for Rusev. That's what it felt like. They did not care for Rusev at all. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. That is Pittsburgh. For the most part, the crowd could have been a little better, in my opinion. But obviously, Rusev ended up getting the win, even though he did hit the accolade. He did lock in the accolade, but Sheamus fell out of it, right? Rusev ended up winning with the mule kick, but obviously we all know it as the machka kick, whatever it is. So there was that. Rusev does win. I miss Pat on commentary. Yeah, but you know what? Pat McAfee, brother, he's drained out, man. He's drained out right now. So you got to be patient with that. But yeah, Rusev got the win here. Where does he go from here? Where does he go from here? I have no clue. That's the thing, right? But for Sheamus, look, man, that's the one thing from Sheamus. You're gonna get a good match. Like Sheamus will get a good match out of you. So there's that too. And again, these two guys, they killed it. All right. From there, we saw Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce make a big announcement regarding Evolution. And they announced that there will be a women's battle royal. And you guys know me. I am a sucker for a battle royal. A battle royal, right? And the winner will be challenging for a title of their choosing on the Clash in Paris, which is happening later on after SummerSlam. Likely again, I said this earlier. This is them, WWE that is, right? Trying to like just paste stuff together on the fly because again, it's literally 12 days from now. Let's just get everything together. Boom, whatever. It is what it is. I will say this, okay. Because the Battle Royal, yeah, there's a way to get everyone that they possibly can on the show, but I would love to see some Hall of Famers, some legends, some surprises in this Battle Royal, if that's the case. I know people were excited because on Twitter, AJ Lee posted a photo of her wearing her Chuck Taylors and her knee pads, and she posted a tweet that said, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." People are under this idea that hey, AJ Lee might be wrestling in this at Evolution. We didn't get her at the Royal Rumble, but we might get her at Evolution. It's possible, right? Anything's possible. We'll see how that goes. But again, you know me, I am a sucker for a battle royal. So I'll be watching for sure. I'll be watching. From there, we see once again Kathy Redmond trying to interview American Made, right? This time Ivy Nile and the Creeds. And then out of nowhere, someone walks into the frame. And who happens to be El Grande Americano, bro. I gotta commend El Grande Americano. I gotta commend him. Look, just the look on on Brutus's face says it all. Like, wow, incredible. El Grande Americano, while he was gone from television, right? This guy went on and got himself he got himself surgery. Look how tall he got. He did surgery on his knees to get taller. That is remarkable. Like I've heard stories of people trying to do the procedure, trying to like get surgery to grow, right? And it's a bitch. It is a fucking bitch. So the fact that El Grande Americano went on and did this, it is incredible, remarkable. And the recovery time, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. It is incredible. El Grande. And people are saying this is Ludwig Kaiser. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Be that as it may, look, man, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, right? So there's that. El Grande Americano isn't going anywhere, in case y'all were wondering. So that was pretty much something there. We also see Jackie Redmond interviewing Sami Zayn, or trying to get an interview with Sami Zayn, but then was attacked by Karrion Kross, who wanted him to just say it, right? And there was that. We also saw Stephanie Vaquer being interviewed in the crowd. This was based for those of you who watch it internationally, right? Who don't get commercials and stuff like that, right? Or if you got a VPN and you can watch on your computer, whatever the fuck it may be. Stephanie Vaquer, she vowed to win the women's battle royal at Evolution and win the women's world title. I think Stephanie Vaquer is 100% a strong candidate. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Derek Mitchell. With all due respect, it's not Kathy. It's Jackie Redmond. Yeah, my bad, brother. My bad. I apologize. It is Jackie Redmond. Jackie Redmond, Kathy Kelly, bro. I missed them all. Okay, but yes, Jackie Redmond, right, was interviewing Sami Zayn. The attack happened. Stephanie Vaquer, like I just mentioned moments ago, she announced that she will be part of the battle royal, and likely she will be the favorite to win. I don't see, again, maybe you add Julia onto this, right? But to me right now, Stephanie Vaquer is, the strong candidate to win. And honestly, I would do it. I would definitely have Stephanie Vaquer win the Battle Royal. She's her right now. She is her. So if I'm them, I'd strike while the iron is hot. I would have Stephanie Vaquer win this Battle Royal, go on to Paris, challenge the winner of Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, because I don't see them doing anything at SummerSlam, but again, that can change, right? But nevertheless, again, I'm going with Stephanie Vaquer to win this Battle Royal. From there, we saw Gunther, the ring general, cut a promo where he said he would prove Goldberg never had it. He's going to prove that he never had it. He's going to prove that, Gunther is the biggest bully of them all. And again, basically, to be honest, he was basically saying the same stuff he was saying last week. And then he got interrupted by none other than Seth Rollins, right? He interrupted and responded to Gunther's claims that Rollins had achieved absolutely nothing. So Rollins basically responded to Gunther's claims that Rollins had achieved absolutely nothing on Night of Champions by saying he only flew to stop CM Punk from being champion, but he put Gunther on notice. He put him on notice, and then out of nowhere, CM Punk interrupted and ran Rollins out of the ring before confronting Gunther. And then Punk shoved him. Like, get out of my way, bro. Get out of my way. Right? To the floor. And Gunther fell to the floor. Not like Charles Oliveira on Saturday when he got cracked by Topuria, but he fell ass first to the canvas, right? And you see you basically go on to see, you know, Rollins in the crowd, right? He thought he was safe and sound, but no, not so fast. LA Knight was behind him, and he proceeds to attack him. They go into the concessions, and then Rollins like dumped a drink on LA Knight before running away. And all this, everything that just happened, it led to this. It is now official. At Saturday night's main event, it will be LA Knight versus Seth freaking Rollins, 1-on-1. I will say this because there's one thing that we know when it comes to someone who holds the money in the bank briefcase, they always tend to take losses. So I wouldn't be shocked if LA Knight pulls off the win here. Would not be shocked at all. Would not be shocked at all. Read some comments here as well. If WWE can get their hands on timeless Tony Storm, we would get her versus Stephanie McCurr at Mania. Oh my God, that arena would explode. There you go. Stephanie and Rhea Ripley both great reactions, but from the crowd, love and have an incredible fan base online. Exactly. I get it, brother. You meant to say Stephanie McCurr and Rhea Ripley. They have great reactions. They do, bro. Absolutely. They have great but I know what you meant, though. Don't worry about it, Derek. I know what you meant. But yeah, another thing too is if you notice, Punk shoved Gunther. Maybe somewhere down the road, maybe SummerSlam, we get Punk and Gunther. It's possible. It's very possible, right? Like Gunther deals with Goldberg right at Saturday night's main event, deals with them, it's over, and maybe, just maybe, we get Rollins, we get Punk and Gunther at SummerSlam, right? For the World Heavyweight title, right? And this leads to Rollins cashing in. But then again, if you notice, Rollins has a new briefcase, a new design on it, right? Meaning he might hold on to that for a while. So any idea of Rollins cashing in anytime soon, pump the brakes on that. But we'll see. I could be wrong on that. I could totally be wrong. After this, we see Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis talking to the Judgment Day, right? And this is what I meant earlier with the picture, right? That I showed earlier, where they were going to come to a decision, right? And then Finn Balor was like the voice of reason here, right? I said this earlier, Draven. Yes, it's been a flop. It's totally been a fucking flop. I said this earlier. But I will, but basically, Finn Balor suggested, hey, you know what? Roxanne should have, Raquel should definitely have an option to find a partner. And then Finn suggested, hey, how about Roxanne? Yeah. Just to let you know, there hasn't been a world title change on Saturday night event since the main event special on February 1988 when Andre beat Hogan with the double referee's ankle. I get that, but I'm referring to SummerSlam. Let's be honest. Do we really think Goldberg is beating Gunther? It's possible. It is very, very possible. I would not put anything past this company. I would not put it past them to give, because again, they never said, oh, this is Goldberg's last match, right? Like full out, it's done. Because if he wins, things can change. But thing is, though, I don't see it happening, but I wouldn't put it past this company. I would not put it past this company having Goldberg beat Gunther at Saturday night's main event, right? But back to this whole thing with Raquel and the tag titles. Roxanne is basically got voted in to be part of the Judgment Day, and even by Dominic, who was very hesitant, right? And then obviously Finn told him that, oh, come on, make up your own decision for once, right? Make up your own decision. So then he basically said, all right, fine, you're in. So because of this, obviously now, Liv being hurt, and also factor in, and I know Raquel said, "Oh, Liv is training, like crazy, not just to get back here." But obviously, Finn has experience with injuries like this, so he basically wants what's best for the group. And with that, as you can see, obviously, I showed the picture earlier. Here I showed the picture earlier. If I can just show it here again, thank you to Javier, cousin Javier, that is. There you go. They all have the gold now. So Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez are the tag team champs. If you think about it too, if they did the same thing with Bianca and Jade where they had Naomi fill in, then I don't see why they couldn't do it here. Right. So it was so cool. It's good to see. And also factor in it adds more like heat when Liv does make her return. And where does Raquel stand with this? Right. So Finn Balor had a vision. And it's coming into fruition here. So good on Finn, bro. Good on Finn. Good for him. After this, they showed a vignette for Kairi Sane, where she said, where Sane said that she'll be coming for all the gold. Cool. Likely, in other words, she's gonna enter that battle royal. She will. And also, by the way, I forgot to mention this, but I'm gonna mention this right now. So they also announced that being the general managers, right, regarding the women's tag titles here, right? That 1 second here. There you go. That Raquel and Roxanne will be defending the women's tag titles in a fatal four-way against a team from Raw, a team from SmackDown, and a team from NXT. In other words, like I said earlier, this is what I said earlier. It's like WWE is just pasting shit together on the fly. Look, the PLE is in 12 days from now. Let's just get this stuff together, even though we got other shows happening too. There's another way to get more women on the show. So there you go. For the most part, right? Read some comments here as well. Derek, no way Goldberg beats Gunther, just dropping for the uninformed fans. Yeah, I get that too, bro. I know you mean well, bro. But hey, look, I would not put it past them. This is the same Goldberg who beat the Fiend in Saudi Arabia, my boy. Remember, wrestling right for Evolution. I would have popular female celebrity or wrestler host. It makes it feel like a bigger deal. It's pretty obvious. This from Derek. Pretty obvious where this Roxanne angle is going to build more tension to Liv and Roxanne. But the question: can Roxanne and Raquel hold the title for 6 to 8 months until Liv returns? That's a good question, and time will only tell. I would say maybe not, because I don't think you would need the tag title. You could have this thing where Liv comes back and Liv is the one who causes Roxanne or who knows, right? But I would say, hey, you could have Liv be the one who costs Roxanne and Raquel the titles, right? But time will tell. Javier has more aura than JC Mateo, and he's more talented than Death Rebel. Thank you, Weston. I'll tell Javier you said that. But yeah, Roxanne is the newest member of the Judgment Day. But yeah, from there we got Bailey and Lara Valkyria, and the match. Look, for the most part, it was a solid match. Nothing to go crazy about, other than the fact that there was a double pin, so it ends in a draw. The draw, and they end up brawling, and they were broken up by security. So who's smiling through all this is obviously Becky Lynch, because I'm sure she's watching this. She's happy that two of these women, right, who are gunning for her title, are beating each other up like cats and dogs while she's watching and just chilling, right? So there's that. From there, we got the main event: Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker versus Penta and Sami Zayn. I thought this was a very fun match for the most part. and just the back and forth, and also factor in Sammy was hurt, right? He was hurt from earlier, right? They both did the walk. They did the penta walk in the entrance, which was cool too, in the ring. But obviously, when it was all said and done, right? Braun Breaker pins Sami Zayn after he hits the spear. And then after this, they attack Penta after the match. But then Jey Uso made the save by taking out Breaker and Bronson Reed with the chair. And, the crowd goes crazy. They're all chanting yeet to end, the show basically. So Jey Uso makes the save. But yeah, man, a good impressive win there by the Braun Stars. I guess that's what we're calling them in the meantime. Between Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, the Braun Stars, the Braun Bros. I don't fucking know, right? But yeah, good on Braun Breaker, right? He's impressive every single fucking week. That kid's the future, bro. That guy is going to be a big deal years from now. Becky is smiling until the triple threat IC title match at Evolution. Could very well be. But that was Monday Night Raw. I thought Raw overall, solid show. There's still some things that I'm scratching my head to regarding Evolution. Weston writes here, my only nitpick is that you're selling your lower back. So why are you jumping over the top rope? Adrenaline, brother. Adrenaline. It happens. When you have adrenaline, nothing can bother you until that adrenaline goes away. And then next thing you know, bro, that adrenaline goes away and you felt at one point indestructible, right? And the next thing you know, that adrenaline goes away and then you're like, pretty much. But yeah, guys, overall, I thought Raw was a very, very solid show for the most part. But yeah, man, they got all these shows happening, right? They got fucking Saturday night's main event. They have Evolution on the weekend of All In, as if they need to do so. But hey, it is what it is, right? You also have the Great American Bash that's going head to head with All In, which is stupid as all hell. But hey, it's one man's opinion, right? And then you have SummerSlam happening next month, which I might be going to. But yeah, fuck that. I am going to, but still, you get the idea. And then factor in later on, you have the Clash in Paris. There's so much stuff happening right now. Can we let it breathe a little bit? I'm just saying, okay? But overall, that's my thoughts on Raw. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat, or if not, in the comment threads. If you watch this back on the playback version of this, if you have not checked out the other content on the channel, yesterday on Steve's Kitchen, I gave my thoughts on the Night of Champions event, where obviously Cody Rhodes won the King of the Ring. Jade Cargill in a very, very flat performance won the Queen of the Ring. John Cena is still your WWE World Undisputed Champion. And of course, Ilya Tupuria knocking out Charles Dubronx Oliveira to become the new UFC lightweight champion at UFC 317. If you have not yet subscribed, feel free to subscribe. It does help out the channel. Hit the bell notification, be notified whenever we go live. Hit that thumbs up, share with all your friends. Follow the Around the Point Network over on X at AT Point Network. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. If you want to become a channel member, it's only $2.99 a month. Hit that join button. You get all these perks that you see here. And yeah, I'm going to read the last comments here. What do you think about Seth's unnamed group? In my opinion, Seth and Paul don't have any chemistry or synergy. The thing is, like, if you have Paul Heyman, let him be the one do the talking. And I'm not saying, the one thing about Seth back in the day was his mic skill. His mic skills really weren't his strong suit. It was not. But the fact that you have Paul Heyman, let him be the one do all the talking. That's just me. But overall, look, regarding the name, I said a while back, just call them the Vision, or want to just reincarnate the my goodness, I'm sorry, the Dangerous Alliance. Just call them the Heyman Alliance. I just call them Division. Division, I feel like, is a more proper name. You know what I mean? But that's just me, of course. Remember when we would get only one pay-per-view a month? Yeah, those days are long gone, brother. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Look, I got this done in 50 minutes, y'all. I'm proud of myself. Under an hour. I'm about to go cook a steak. All right. If you want to see me cook this steak, head over to my Instagram at Heel Steven. I'll post stories there and stuff so you can see me cooking the steak. All right. That being said, guys, thank y'all for watching. We'll be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the AEW Something About Dynamite, aka SAD live watch along. It is AEW's 300 episode. So we'll be watching the show. And if you are a channel member, you get to join us on the stream and watch Dynamite as a family. All right. That being said, guys, much love to all of you. All right. Happy Tuesday to you all. And with that being said, for myself and for all of you, the gang, this has been the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network. A la Madrid, baby. Real Madrid about to win the whole thing. Club World Cup. You heard it here first, folks.